Welcome to the dvm360. Give us 5 minutes and we'll update you with the veterinary news and medical and business information you need to know right now. I'm dvm360 Medical Director, Dr. Theresa Entriken. In this edition of the 5, we'll get advice on making the transition from technician to manager and hear about veterinarians' biggest threat from the net. First up, the news. Following a blistering New York Times report on racetrack injuries last week, the American Association of Equine Practitioners President Dr. John Mitchell issued a response, saying that preventing equine injuries must be a primary focus of racetrack personnel, regulators, veterinarians, and horsemen. The Times investigation looked at injury reports and drug test results of more than 150,000 races. The report says that since 2009, 6,600 horses broke down or showed signs of injury, and 3,600 horses died as a result of racing or training. AAP's Dr. Mitchell adds there is much work to be done to improve racetrack conditions in the United States. Random inspections by the Massachusetts State Board have resulted in fines for 20 veterinary hospitals. In fact, the board reportedly swept through 120 practices in the state looking for expired medications and other violations. While the Massachusetts Veterinary Medical Association says the inspections serve as a reminder to keep up with clinic housekeeping, the association is asking the board to clarify its rules relating to expired medications. If you're a veterinary technician who has recently assumed the role of practice manager, have you set yourself up for success? Hospital Administrator Marianne Mallonee says transparency of goals with ownership and your team is essential.
When you are first promoted into a managerial position from a technician, the first thing you should do is sit down with the owner of the practice and talk about what the expectations are. You're already setting yourself up into a position of disadvantage, as well as setting up your owner or the veterinarian to disadvantage if neither of you know what you're supposed to do, much less the rest of the team. So sit down, create a job description. There's many places where you can resource this information, but go through what you think you should be doing, go through what the owner of the practice thinks you should be doing, and create a formal job description. The next step, which has to be part of that, is then taking it to your team and making sure that everyone understands, because certainly misperceptions and miscommunication is going to be the first thing that's going to happen or could happen that's going to cause problems. And you start yourself off with success by knowing what you're supposed to do and having your team know what you're supposed to do as well.
Let's face it, the internet has become a go-to source for veterinary medical information. Veterinary Economics Editorial Advisory Board member Dr. Marty Becker says while you can't stop clients from doing online research, you can embrace the web and enhance their searches.
According to some studies now, 75% of people go through the internet to look at a pet health problem before they call or take their pet to the vet. What's that mean for us? We risk losing relevance. They look at somebody else as a source, as the true pet health expert. So what I want you to do is think of the veterinarian and the net. You can't shut off that flow of information any more than you could try to hold water in your hand. It's going to get dry and you're going to get wet. So you want to embrace this new information age, but you want to send people to different places on the net with specific sites that you recommend and trust.
The Jesse H. Neal Awards are considered the Pulitzer Prize of business journalism. At a recent ceremony in New York City, several Advanced Star publications received high honors. Here's dvm360.com editor Jessica Zemler with the details.
I am pleased to announce that dvm360.com and DVM News Magazine were recently honored at the Jesse H. Neal National Business Journalism Awards ceremony in New York City. dvm360.com was named the Best Website of the Year. DVM News Magazine was honored in the Best Full Issue of a Tabloid category, and dvm360's iPad app was named the Best Use of Mobile. So for more information, check out dvm360.com every day and be sure to download our free iPad app at dvm360.com/iPad app.
We hope you've enjoyed this edition of The 5. If you have suggestions for future shows, email us at dvm360@advancedstar.com. And for the latest news and medical and business information, be sure to visit dvm360.com every day.